How childhood trauma leads to addiction. Did you know that over 70% of individuals seeking treatment for substance use disorders report a history of childhood trauma? This shocking statistic reveals a profound connection that often goes unnoticed. Childhood should be a time of safety and joy, but for many, it's marked by experiences that leave deep, lasting scars. Today, I want to delve into the complex relationship between childhood trauma and addiction. Childhood trauma encompasses a wide array of experiences, including physical or emotional abuse, neglect, and even witnessing domestic violence. These early adverse experiences can fundamentally alter a child's development, shaping their emotional and psychological landscape. The effects are not just temporary, they can echo throughout a person's life, influencing their relationships, self-esteem, and mental health. In particular, I want to focus on how these experiences can lead to addiction, a struggle that many face but few understand fully. Let's take a closer look at how childhood trauma creates vulnerabilities that can lead to addiction. When children experience trauma, their brains respond by entering a state of heightened alertness, often referred to as hypervigilance. This constant state of stress can alter brain chemistry and function, making it difficult for them to manage emotions and stress in healthy ways. As they grow, these children may turn to substances as a means of escape. The societal implications are staggering. Addiction doesn't just affect individuals, it ripples through families and communities. The more we acknowledge and address this issue, the better equipped we will be to support those who are suffering. Now let's explore the psychological mechanisms that link childhood trauma to addiction. One key aspect is the development of coping strategies. When faced with overwhelming emotions, many individuals who have experienced trauma may resort to unhealthy ways of coping, such as substance use. This behavior can be viewed as a misguided attempt to self-soothe. Additionally, trauma can lead to significant challenges with emotional regulation. Children who grow up in chaotic or abusive environments often miss out on learning how to process their feelings properly. Instead of developing healthy coping skills, they may internalize their pain, leading to feelings of isolation and despair. As they seek relief, they may turn to drugs or alcohol, which can create a cycle of addiction that is incredibly difficult to escape. Research also shows that trauma can impact brain development, particularly in areas related to impulse control and decision-making. This means that individuals with a history of childhood trauma may find themselves more prone to risky behaviors, including substance use. Understanding these mechanisms is crucial for addressing the root causes of addiction. To illustrate this connection, I want to share a powerful story about a woman named Sarah. Sarah grew up in a household where neglect was the norm. Her parents were emotionally unavailable, often caught up in their own struggles. As a child, she learned to suppress her feelings, believing that showing vulnerability was a sign of weakness. As a teenager, Sarah discovered alcohol at a party. For the first time, she felt a sense of belonging and relief from her emotional pain. What began as occasional drinking quickly escalated into a dependence that consumed her life. Sarah's story is heartbreaking but unfortunately not uncommon. It highlights how unresolved childhood trauma can lead individuals down a dark path, where addiction becomes a means of survival. Eventually, Sarah sought help, engaging in therapy and support groups that addressed both her trauma and her addiction. Her journey to recovery was long and challenging, but it underscored the importance of addressing the underlying issues rather than just the symptoms of addiction. In summary, the relationship between childhood trauma and addiction is intricate and multifaceted. Trauma can leave deep emotional wounds that lead individuals to seek unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as substance use. By understanding this connection, we can foster compassion and support for those affected. It's essential to recognize that healing is possible, and that addressing trauma is a critical step in the recovery process. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Have you or someone you know faced the challenges of addiction or childhood trauma? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story could inspire others. If you're interested in learning more about mental health and addiction, don't forget to check out my related videos. Also, if you're looking for support, I encourage you to check out the online therapy services linked in the description. They can offer valuable help on your journey to healing. Let's work together to break the stigma and promote healing for all.